Good afternoon. Today is the 24th of February, and this is a part 3 of a slightly shambolic shuffle around the 2023 London Classic Car Show. So we've covered a few things before. This is now the part we'll finish off this. I think this is the main hall, from what I can remember. But there's another hall as well, and there's balconies, so we'll continue. I do apologise if I get things wrong, which has happened a lot so far. If I fall over, if I make a hash of it, if I get interrupted by music and announcements, I'm afraid that's just the way that it goes on this channel. So this is the Barn Find and Survivors area. We've got this amazing 1968 Jaguar 340. These were kind of like a simplified version of the Mark II, but were made right at the end of production for this shape of car. When the XJ came out in '68, they replaced an enormous number of overlapping and confusingly labelled Jaguar saloon cars. And this 340, you could tell it's one of the 240s or 340s immediately by the fact that it's got the simpler bumpers on it. Has apparently never been restored. This is a completely original car, and I cannot believe that. Cannot believe that at all. If you look very carefully on the arches, you can kind of see bits of sort of paint peeling slightly, but I cannot believe that's not been restored. It's absolutely beautiful. The other cars on the stand aren't quite looking like that, but that's not a problem. So we've got this MGA here. That looks like it's come from America, doesn't it? Yeah, left-hand drive. 57 MGA. Bought it from Texas. It's 30 years or more outside. Just a little bit of patina on there. So Opel GT, never sold over here, of course. Sold in America. Sold on the continent, but never over here. 25 years tucked away. I don't have time to give the car its love and attention it deserves. So there we go. Thomas 07787568690. If you have this car, it could be yours. Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel always says that, doesn't he? Oh, it's an early one, it's 69 on a G. It's a very early one then. And then we've got a 3-litre CSL Batmobile here. There's an immaculate one of these on one of the dealer stands over there. But it's interesting to see one like this. This is a 73. There's no information at all about how it got in this sort of condition. I mean, this is going to need just a little bit of work, I think. Just a tiny bit. Actually, we go round here. I think there's an information sheet inside the car. There we go. Late UK delivered example restoration. Didn't even say. It'll be sold at Dawn Reese and Froome on the 11th of March. There we go. Nick Wells 07920 5091. Oh dear me. Oh my gosh. Really going to find these panels to do this. I think that's got an aluminium bonnet and doors or something, so that's going to be interesting. Ooh, V12. Sorry. Yes, please, viewers. We like this sort of thing, don't we? This is a Series 1 XJ V12, the manual gearbox. Goodness me, that's rare if it's so. Oh well, it's a pre-production one. Did we really produce 102 horsepower from V12? That's very strange. There we go. So no rear bench, aluminium trunking, last on the road in 81. So this was like a kind of a development car then. Yeah, well, it's not really a bench, there's a squabs missing. That's extraordinary. Okay, so have a look at some other stuff here. Is that perhaps an Aston Martin DB5, viewers? Or is it DB4 Zagato or something? It is a DB5. Ooh, it's only £950,000. 64. It's one of 3 actually at the show I've seen so far, so there's quite a few of them. Oh, it's an ex-works car, so that's been restored by Aston Martin themselves. I'm sure if you had enough money, that would be something that you might actually want to do. We, however, I think are going to have to be a bit more modest with our spending. So we saw this Ferrari stand in part 2. I forgot to say that's a 360. The other one on the other end of the centre 430, the headlamps give it away straight away. So we've got some Corvette stuff going on. The 70th anniversary, yeah, they came out in 53, so absolutely right. This is a presumably Elan Motors in I think it's in Virginia Water actually, place where they sell these. Certainly it's the only Corvette dealership in this area. There maybe like 2 in the country. I think there might be one in Manchester as well. So yeah, if you want one of these and you can get it in right-hand drive, that's your place to go. And wow, that's those extraordinary actually the controls in the centre console. Look at that. And it's not even really got a gear lever. Crazy. It's just amazing to see this in right-hand drive. So that's the C7s here. Fortunately, someone's got a nice registration number on here. It's a left-hand drive one. I've actually been offered one of these to review, a C7 Corvette. I think you might be having a go in that then, Lewis. The owner's got all sorts of interesting cars as well. We might be having a go in the C7 Corvette. It'd be interesting for me to drive that. My gosh, it's really long. I'm going to be careful, aren't I? C6 Corvette here. 11 Grand Sport, that's very handy. Thank you very much to whoever's put that on the plate, because it helps my filming tremendously, knowing what I'm doing. Unlike normal, if we don't know what we're doing, we fall over and it all goes into a terrible mess. C5 then, maybe that's around 99 or so, judging by the plate. And we got a C4. The C4 lasted quite a long time from memory. This is a 1990 with a biscuit leather interior, viewers. I can't remember when I stopped putting manual gearboxes in Corvettes. I've forgotten that at some point. Jeremy Clarkson didn't really like this generation of Corvette, did he, back in the days we did his videos? He shot one up with a helicopter gunship, from memory. So we have C3 here. 72 C3 Stingray, but I bet that's quite valuable now, viewers. I bet that's a tasty treat. That's probably had a new engine in it though. It looks like it's been put in later. C2 here, another Stingray. So don't touch. Yeah, I don't intend to do so. Hoping we get near the front of this. It's quite busy around here. There's the Corvette Club has a little stand there, and people are buying stuff, and there's a polishing thing going on. 66, and this is one of the original ones. Don't see too many of these at shows. It's just the later ones you see, so that's interesting, isn't it? I don't know what year this is. I'm not sure. Actually, no, the original one's even earlier than this. I do apologise for this, it seems I've got all my C's mixed up. What a surprise. It's why I always apologise at the beginning of the videos, and therefore, you know what you're in for. Gosh, there's a lot more stairs to get up here than I thought there'd be, viewers, but I'm glad I came up here. Look at this. What an amazing view. What have we got here? Oh, this will be a Carrera GT, won't it? How much is this? Maybe it's not even for sale. 2005 V10 engine, 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. Gosh, still out of the reach of most people. We have got a 964 911 here. This looks like it's been prepared for track use. I like this colour, this is very nice. Oh, it's an RS. Ferrari F50 here. I think maybe it's a left-hand drive, but I might be wrong. Yeah, it's a 95. It's as early as that. Wow. Only 349 of the F50s were ever made, and the evolution of the Mythos concept car. Increase in value of about 15% in the last 12 months. Wow. Then we've got F40 here. I've seen F40 here before actually today. This is a 91. $2,800 miles from new, completely standard. 288 GCO. Year is this? 84. Close look at this one because it's not got the little thing around it, so we can take a look. I'm not getting away this. Oh, that's Shazad from the Brown Car Guy. He's here as well. So Dino, I think these, certainly at this stage, were without Ferrari badges entirely. I think we're just called Dinos. This reminds me of one of the Persuaders. I think it was this colour. That was left-hand drive, of course. This is a right-hand drive one. Be about 70. It's about 72, I think. Yeah, Dino 246 Coupe 71. Come to the area between the two halls here, and we've got more Corvettes. I didn't realise there were so many here. So this is a C8 2022. Again, Ian Allen Motors, of course. They're the only place you'll be able to get one of these in this part of the world. Interesting brown colour, this one. Wow. Ooh, we've got little beige bits in there though, so that makes me happy, doesn't it? Interesting rear lights in comparison with the C7 here. I do apologise for the noise in the background. I think we're starting up in the main arena again. Does that mean it's a... It can't be a manual, surely. I don't think they made a manual for that for a while. It's the Z06 R edition from 2016. So a C6 from 2005. It's a show plate then, it was the 56, okay. 400 horsepower, even of these. Crazy. Yeah, more automatic stuff going on there. And then a C5. I remember one of these were ported alongside the Camaro, and then although it goes a manual, I think that's the same gearbox they put in things like the Lotus Carlton and the Aston Martin Vantage, I think, one of them from the early 90s. C4 ZR1, it's 2001 that one, it's 91. Still very fast, 4.5 seconds to 60 in 91 was extremely fast. There we go, it's got a 6-speed gearbox in it as well. And then we've got the C4, this is a C3.
He said you need to go and have a word with custodian.
Didn't realise we'd be having so much Corvette action today. There's one of my viewers who has a C7 one that we're driving soon. I think I've mentioned before, he'll be happy about this, I'm sure. Oh, a C2. Oh no, viewers, it's such a nightmare. I get these all mixed up, and you know, I'd apologise in advance. That's why I apologise, because I make things really, really bad and get information wrong. But yeah, C2 and a C1. So no, I was right early on to call it a C1. It's just this is not the original sort of front end that they would have had. Or is it? I don't know if this is. This is what I was talking about. It's the 57. And 58 had different headlamps on the front. so confused with. I hope there isn't any more of these around. I'm going to leave here before I get beaten up by the members of the Corvette Club. Hello viewers, we have some Austin Rover era stuff going on here. A Metro 6R4. Excellent. 1988. So the engine that was modified and went into the Jaguar. Forgotten the name of it now. Why have I forgotten the name of it? Come back to me in a second. How can I forget that? That's pretty bad. Anyway, see, we've still got some standard Metro bits on the back of here. Coventry plate, of course. Lots of Austin Rover cars had those. And engines in the back, of course. And something that's extremely familiar to me. We've had this car on the channel before. This is a 1983 Austin Metro Vanden Plas. When I last saw it, it had the Mini Metro badge on the boot, but that was actually wrong. We never had those, so this is the way that they came. It's been modified, actually, this one, a bit more power than that. It's got a little bit more power. It's got a 1293 and a Kent cam, an MG Metro head, so it's probably putting out about 80 horsepower. And was it nice to drive? Yes, it was absolutely, utterly delightful. Steve, who owns this, is around here somewhere. I met him on the train on the way here, actually. So he's around somewhere. But yes, absolutely delightful to see this little Metro again. This is the AVO Owners Club stand. And we've got some very nice Escort RS 2000s on it. So this will be a 73 or 74. I think these came out in 73. So yeah, 73 only with replica tax discs there. These will be worth a considerable amount of money, viewers. I don't really know how to say it. You know, two-door Mark 1 and Mark 2 Escorts. Yeah. If you bought one of these back in the 90s and been sitting on it for maybe 25 years, you would potentially be quite a wealthy person by now. So this is a little bit of a later one on an N, so 74, 75 on an N. Also on an N here, so both very late ones, and both absolutely and utterly immaculate. Goodness gracious me, keep myself well away from these. This is the TR register stand, and here we have a Swallow Duretti, but was based on a Triumph TR2. They were only made between 1954 and 1956, so I'm going to guess and say this is probably something like a 55, but who knows. It's a very elegant car. I don't really know why it didn't catch on. I think personally I prefer the design of this to a TR2, but that's just my opinion. Also got another quite rare variant here. Wow, what's this? It's a very nice colour. Someone's got a very good combination of things here. It's like a yellow interior, dark green paintwork. What? It's a Peerless. Oh wow. Gosh, oh my gosh, I've only ever seen photographs of these, but I don't think I've ever seen one of these apart from in the show. Amazing. It'd be about 1960 or something like that. Something like that. We've got a TR3. This one was built in 1957. A TRS. Team prize winner, 1961 at Le Mans. And then another rare. They must have taken all the really rare TR variants. That's lovely. That is lovely. 59. It's based on a TR3 chassis. Triumph 2000 Italia. Yeah, TR3A chassis. Oh, that is absolutely amazing. You could see hints of TR4 in this, although it's actually before the TR4 came out. That is absolutely, utterly beautiful. Lovely. Got some modern classics here, a little display of them. First of all, there's this Toyota Supra. It's Mark IV Supra. These are well, very valuable now. Is this a manual? Yes, it is. I can't remember where that gearbox came from. It might be the same one at the Corvette. I can't actually remember at the moment. It's been modified a bit. This is Undersport.
Ah oui, d'accord, c'est un bleu.
Looks a 96. Oh my gosh, got about 1,000 horsepower. And got a Nissan Skyline GTR. Of course, a V-Spec. That's a very nice colour. I remember this colour from Gran Turismo back in the day, of course. I imagine this is probably an R34, judging by the Instagram username of the owner. Hello to DavJ34 on Instagram. It's a 99, yes I was right. Was it with subtle clues of this sort of thing, viewers, and then it goes better for you? Obviously I don't, that's why I get things wrong. Another Ferrari 360 here. Why are there so many 360s here this year? 360 Challenge Stradale. A bit of a problem there with the number plate I see. 2004. Ooh, something from the 80s here. Toyota MR2 Mark I. This is a facelifted one. It says 1957, but that is totally wrong. They would have meant 87 on an E. I remember when they bought one of these on William dealers back in the day, either the second or third series, and they picked up £500. Obviously needed some work. That's not a £500 car anymore. No way. 2010 Ferrari 599 GTO. (2017) Ferrari F12 TDF. Another Ferrari F430. Didn't realise we made that long. It's a wow. 2009. It's a long production life for the F360 and the 430. 545H Speciale. And also Speciale is this Honda S2000. It's a really late one as well. I think this is the last year they actually made these. That's very nice. If you look at the little tiny text at the bottom of there. No, it doesn't actually say. You didn't actually get anything more than the 2 litre. There were other engines available in other markets. We only got the 2 litre over here. I think there was an automatic available, but of course, most of you, if you want an S2000, want the 6-speed manual like this one. So yes, it's not the most dramatic facelift, is it? Still very much looks like the car that came out in '99, doesn't it? Goodness me. The Bristol Fighter. Wow. If you want a review of one of these, then James Martin recently did one of these on his channel, didn't he? Yeah, I mean, there's not many of these around here. There really aren't many at all. Goodness me. It's very nice. I'm just not sure I'd really want a car that was so rare you couldn't actually find bits for it. 1954 Bristol 404. Apparently they only made 51 of these. I love this this colour. This is extraordinary, absolutely exquisite colour. I mean, I prefer a beige leather interior views, but I don't think you can be as fussy about it when it looks like this. Some electric cars here. This one is a 57 Austin Healey 106 by Revival Autos. I wonder if you could still use that original gearbox there. Yeah, it looks like it. And then we've got a Bondbug here. It just says forward and reverse. Be a bit easy to drive then, won't it? Bondbug EV, they've even done a little decal on it for it. Ooh. Oh, yes, please, the Lancia Motor Club. I'm sure we've got some tasty stuff here. When we came to the Classic Car Show in 2021, they had a really big stand there, actually. Let's have a look at this. Beautiful, isn't it? Left-hand drive. I mean, it's a lot easier to find left-hand drive Lancias, but it's right-hand drive one, isn't it? It's a Flaminia from 64. 66 Fulvia. Does that say Rally? Someone's been polishing this car a lot. I can smell the polish on it. Yeah, so this Fulvia we've seen earlier on, which would have been in part 2, was a Series 2 Fulvia. This is a Series 1. It looks great, doesn't it? 1963 Lancia Flavia 1500 Coupe. That's very nice views. And oh, it's got a beige leather interior as well, with wood and a wooden steering wheel, well, wooden rimmed wheel. I do like a nice beige leather interior. It's very attractive. Like this. Oh, I love the colour of this. Someone has just made my perfect Delta Integrale. It's dark green with a beige leather interior. I do like a nice beige leather interior views. Just hold on to my bag so I don't scratch it. There we go. That is absolutely, utterly delightful. I think that's enough for part 3 of a Slightly Shambolic Shuffle around the 2023 London Classic Car Show views. Always a prerequisite amount of mistakes. Hopefully we won't make too many in part 4. But we'll take a break actually now, because there's another show that I'm doing in a couple of days. I want to get that one out first actually before this, but parts 4 and 5 will be up on the channel soon. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching.